Hi, Luisa with you again. Today, I will tell you a little bit more about risks and issues logs. Sometimes these two are considered the same, but it is a mistake. Issue is something that has already happened and is already impacting the project, while risk is a potential event that may or may not happen, and in case it happens, it may impact the project positively or negatively. Issues require immediate attention and resolution, while risk mitigation is planned in advance before it materializes. So, what is the information that you need to track? Let's start with the risks. To the left, you will see the field names, and to the right, you will see examples on how to populate those fields. First comes the risk ID. It's a unique identifier used to identify the risk when discussing it with the team or referring to it in status report. You also need a title, which briefly indicates what the risk is about, as well as a description, which is a longer, more detailed description of a risk item. Next, you have a triggering event. It is an event or a condition that causes a risk to materialize. It is important to identify a triggering event in order to better manage the risk. Next field is a category. It can be technical, environmental, business, social, regulatory, legal, or any other category depending on what the project scope is. You also want to indicate the probability and impact of the risk. Usually low, medium, and high are used in these fields, depending on the likelihood of the risk occurrence, as well as on the number of users, customers, or departments impacted. Additional indicators that can be used are budget impact and schedule impact. Those are potential budget or schedule impacts in case the risk materializes. Next, you also want to register who the risk is assigned to. That is a person responsible for coming up with a plan to mitigate the risk. And of course, the mitigation plan, which is suggestion actions to mitigate the risk. Other fields include status, which can be open, resolved, waiting on someone, or cancelled. Status comments, where you indicate the running status updates on the risk with the most recent comments coming first. And lastly, two date fields, one for when the risk was identified and the other for when the risk was resolved or cancelled. And now let's talk about issues. Fields in the issues log are very similar to those in risks log. One of the differences is that there is no triggering event. Why? Because issue is already there and there is no way to have a head start in addressing it. Also, instead of mitigation plan, issues have resolution, which is suggested action plan on how to resolve the issue. For the rest, the fields are fairly identical. You can track risks and issues in various ways. It can be a simple Excel spreadsheet, a SharePoint list, Jira, or you can use any other tool that is available to you. I hope you found this information useful. Please let me know by commenting or liking the video. I will see you next time. Bye!